Romans didn't keep pet dinosaurs, I take it.
No, they missed each other by about 25 million years.
Well, if it's not a dinosaur, what is it?
You're dragging in dragons and worms and serpents and Lord knows what. Next, you'll be suggesting these poor folk were gobbled up in here by some sort of Loch Ness monster.
Some people enjoy playing themselves at cards. My passion is snakes and ladders.
I've been stung by a snake.
Playing with oneself can't be much fun, surely.
This is crazy.
I think we probably have another reptile loose on the premises.
Welcome, everybody, to Midnight Cinema, your deep dive into horror movies, sci-fi films, cult classics, new and old. Warning, everybody, there are spoilers ahead. I am Art Hennessy in San Diego, California.
And I actually am Erik Rodenheiser here in Salem, Massachusetts. How about that? And I just got my teeth cleaned. I know I usually do a voice or a character, but I had my teeth excavated and they're white.
Ooh.
So
yeah, Erik,
it
seems like there's two of them. Did you have work done? It looks like there's like a...
Don't
it might be incisors or something. Or
no, it's
okay.
nothing. It's nothing.
Okay, all right. I just noticed it. Okay.
Normally they'd be hibernating at this time, Art, but the snakes around here got bit.
We're going to talk a lot about snakes this week, Erik, because the movie we are talking about this week is The Lair of the White Worm, a movie released in 1988, directed by Ken Russell, starring Amanda Donohoe, Hugh Grant, Peter Capaldi, Catherine Oxenberg, and Sammy Davis. Not that Sammy Davis. Not Sammy Davis.
Yeah,
Jr.
baby. He's like, I'm in the white worm. Yeah. No, I don't even think most people know who Sammy Davis is. But no, yes. Wow, you'd think it's an all-star lineup.
It is. We have some Muppet Baby versions of people that we know. Right?
Art.
Yes,
Muppet Baby Bird, like a young. Yes, I was going to try to do a Hugh Grant, but this is more of a caricature.
He's very interesting, Erik. Hugh Grant is in this movie, and he's not doing as much of that as we're used to Hugh Grant doing. What you're doing right there?
No, because Artie, he hasn't become Hugh Grant. He hasn't become a caricature of himself, which when we do this podcast now, the more I listen to us, I'm thinking, am I becoming a caricature of myself? Do we really sound like, but he's only 24. He was only 24, I think.
Yeah, this is one of his first films that he was doing.
Bravo.
And I should say one of his first films where he was like a lead character in it. And this film, Erik, is a Ken Russell film, Lair of the White Worm.
Oh, Ken Russell.
Ken Russell. Yeah. I was going to ask you, what do you know about, a lot of people might not think anything of that when I say Ken Russell.
He directed Muppet Babies. No.
Well, there's a movie that I'm sure you know that he directed. Two that I'm pretty certain you know. Altered States. It was a movie in the 80s. And that was a movie about, people listening will understand we start going through this movie now. It was a movie about a psychologist who experiments with sense deprivation, and he starts to have weird visions, and then it starts to affect him physically as he goes through. He thinks it's tied to genetics and history and things like that. It's a very bizarre movie, Altered States. Yes. Possibly we could cover that movie in the...
You say that now.
I know I say that now. And another movie, Erik, that I'm sure you and I would know our age, but I'm sure it's probably lost to a lot of people that might be listening to this podcast is he did the musical movie version of The Who's Tommy, the rock opera Tommy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he directed Tommy.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gosh. Yeah, I saw all of his films then.
No, you didn't. See, that's the point.
If I fiddle about. I mean, just
And there's one more, Erik. But you're starting to see when I mention these movies, Erik. Are you starting to see sort of the tie-in here with what you watched in The Lair of the White Worm?
A little bit,
okay.
Because mostly, no. I'm trying not to spoil the way I feel about Lair of the White Worm, which I chose.
Yeah.
I chose it.
You did, Erik.
I did.
So one last one, Erik.
Yeah.
that you might know, he directed a movie that's a little subtler than what we're going to be talking about tonight and Tommy and Altered States, but it was a movie called Gothic, and it's about the ghost story competition that Mary Shelley, Percy Shelley, and Lord Byron had in their spooky mansion that resulted in Frankenstein being written. And he did a movie about that. Mm-hmm.
I've seen Gothic, and I was mad because why do I remember this? I don't know art. You'd think I would get rid of some of this information in my head so I could store new info, but no. The cover for Gothic is a woman lying on a bed, and there's an imp person sitting on top of them. And I thought, this is going to be cool. I was wrong.
That movie, I will say, was a classic video store bait and switch. A classic. Oh, yeah. The cover of the video box was what you described. And you're watching the movie, and about halfway into the movie, you're like, where are the creatures? Where are the monsters?
Yeah, why are they still talking? Why are they still talking?
Yeah. So Gothic is one of the reasons that we have the movie we're talking about today, Erik.
Great.
Yes. Just really quickly, I know you all love it when I say that. Ken Russell did Gothic for Vestron. They had him on a 3-picture deal. And he wanted to do a movie adapting D.H. Lawrence, which is a famous author. And they said, great, got to give us another horror movie. Got to give us another horror movie. You can do your adaptation. And he was like, well, I like Bram Stoker. I once wrote an adaptation of Dracula that never got made. So what's this Lair of the White Worm? I'll read that. Which Lair of the White Worm was written by Bram Stoker, author of Dracula, notoriously, Erik, known as one of his worst works. So we're already starting.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So that's where you're already starting from. And it's based on legends of the Lambton worm, which we'll get into in this
Dampton.
movie. No, but in the real life, really in England, it's the Lambton worm.
Oh,
they change it for this movie, but he sort of updated it in his Ken Russell way and put it into production. It was quick. He wrote the script, Erik. You're never going to believe this. He wrote the script in 4 days.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 6 weeks. And
4 days.
He wrote the script because dialogue. Mm-hmm. When you say he wrote it, I am 100% certain that he wrote it. He's like, this is good. This is clever. clever dialogue here.
But this is a wild one, Erik. Had you ever seen it before watching it this time?
Here's my problem, Art. Yes, a younger me saw it. And I remember seeing it the first time and being like, oh, this is going to happen. No, it doesn't happen. So my youthful loins were sparked, but it was only a spark, Art. And then later on, I said, oh, Lair the White Worm. I remember that. I think it was kind of cool. And it was like monsters and like vampire snakes or something. I'm going to watch it again. And I think it was pretty sexy as well. And I watched it again and I went, huh. And now here I am making you talk about it on a podcast.
Erik, I saw Lair of the White Worm on its initial release. What? I was in college, might have been freshman or sophomore year, and before it even came out in theaters, it played at the Boston Film Festival. And I was, we've talked about it in this podcast before, entering super cinema douchebag phase of my life.
Oh, so you must have loved it then.
Activate glasses and pushing up my nose. Yes.
Put on that bow tie.
And I was like, Ken Russell, he's so interesting as a filmmaker. I'll go to see Lair of the White Worm. And so I remember seeing this movie in the theater. And I just remember being kind of like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Yes. There's several. I do that occasionally. I try to do it organically, but this one, counting boobs or whatever. This one is how many WTF moments are in this. And that's what I have for you is what the just happened.
Well, let's talk about it, Erik.
Let's do it.
Start.
Are we going to go? Okay.
This movie opens in the rain, zooming into a cave with very 80s horror movie on the soundtrack. Wow, wow, wow. I've heard it in a million VHSs I watched when I was growing up. Yeah.
Yep. I'm thinking, okay, this looks like where the Monty Python rabbit would live. I thought, oh, this is a cool, creepy cave somewhere in England. But then once you get started, there's these people doing an excavation, a very small, very square excavation at a, I just love these digs where they're like, we have to make the line straight, everyone. And they dig up this weird skull.
Which I thought my friend Erik has a skull like this, actually owns a skull like this.
Leave me alone. I don't know why.
That's what I thought.
I do. Mine's better. Yes.
So it is an archaeologist, a young guy. His name is Angus Flint.
Angus.
And it is Doctor Who, Erik. It is a young Peter Capaldi who would go on to eventually play Doctor Who.
Yep.
Here.
And those of you who need a visual, it looks like a young Harold Ramis. Except
oh my God, Erik.
He's a Scot.
So glad you mentioned that. If people who are younger listening to this podcast don't know what we're talking about, just go pull up scenes from Bill Murray's movie Stripes and look at the guy in Stripes who's the co-star, and then look at Peter Capaldi in this era. They are like brothers. They look so similar in their
give him
vibe.
Give him a little bit of a Scots accent. He's a little like this. He's not like this. He's like this. He's a little.
So he's our archaeologist. He's pulled this up from the ground.
And there's worms on it. Did you notice the worms? There's worms.
That's a
on it.
good catch. I didn't.
There's red worms on it. Like, why does it have worms all over it?
So I don't think we've said yet. I've said Erik owns something that looks like this. It looks like a dragon's skull a little bit, or a dinosaur's skull. It's very long, elongated.
Yeah, maybe 3 feet long, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not gigantic, but it's like, what is that? What is it?
And we learn here he's digging on the property of 2 sisters who live on this, the Trents. It is Mary and Eve Trent.
Yes, Art. It's Mary and Eve Trent. And they talk like this through the entire movie. Every time they talk, Art, I want to kill myself.
Okay. What's going on there? I'm like, was this script written for teenagers? The 2 actors, the sisters here are the actress Sammy Davis, who I immediately am falling in love with watching this movie. I just like her for some reason.
She's tomboy cute and very likable. Yeah,
very likable.
Short blonde, bob hair, but her voice, man. 3 weeks, I'm out. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mary, but I can't stand listening to you anymore.
Why, Erik? I thought we'd stop by to go to the movies together.
And
Erik, you don't want to go.
So that's Mary Trent. And the other sister is Catherine Oxenberg, playing Eve. And American audiences, she is an American actress. She's the American in this cast. But she was one of the Carringtons on Dynasty when we were growing up.
My wife, Orsina, was watching some of this with me, and then I saved her from the rest. Spoilers! But she's like, wait, that's the girl from Dynasty.
Yes.
Like, nope, that's a girl in some poster in a bikini, I think. That's all I got.
Erik, you might know this, that she's the literal daughter of a princess.
Yep, she's royalty. Yep.
Yeah, she is royalty, Catherine Oxenberg. So it feels very weird that we're going to watch this movie with royalty in it, the way that this goes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
they're on a farm. They have a farm, and I guess it's a bed and breakfast or something.
They run it, the 2 of them.
Yeah, so they're doing this dig. It's dialogue, which I was like, oh, stop talking. I felt like it was a play.
You felt like you were. Do you feel like you were back in the Secret Garden, Erik? Which I think
something like that.
Oh, hey up, Mary. Wiccan.
Oh, and then one of them gets attacked. It seems like she's attacked by a deadly white garden hose. And they make this music like, and it's nothing. She just trips over a hose.
Yeah, it's like, it's very weird. But I think the hose is supposed to be foreshadowing the worm that's to come of the title.
Possible.
Is that what we're supposed to think?
But they lost their mom and dad. Their mom and dad are dead, right? So we want to point out that the mom and dad were lost. They disappeared.
Yeah.
And
Missing
we don't
for
know
like
where
a
they-
year.
Yes,
Right?
a year. And it's so horrible. Oh my God. And they found out the dig is, it's like 1,000 years old.
Mhm.
And they found the skull, and then they found some coins, right?
Yeah, so
Some-
it's weird, the archaeologist says. She says, is it a dinosaur? And he says, well, it can't be really because it was found in the same layer of earth, which actually isn't that deep, Eric, when we look at how
It's
deep
like
it is.
2 feet deep.
2 feet deep.
It can't be.
I know. It's
Like when they were gardening, they didn't accidentally dig something like this up. Oh, look,
Yeah.
it's an old coin.
Yeah, so he says on the same layer as these Roman coins that are in here, Roman era coins. So it's weird that to be a dinosaur skull in the same level as that. So,
Right. But
Mhm.
some things, there's like ha 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 dialogue here. And then apparently they have to get ready for, you can see me pushing this forward, Art. They have to get ready. They have to get ready for a party. Yeah, it's a party. So Eve and Mary gonna go to this. It is a party for who? For Lord.
Well, it's Lord
Dampton.
Dampton, but they seem to pronounce it Downton. That seems
I
what
Downton
they
Abbey?
pronounce it.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. But it's this young Lord Downton. I think his name is James.
I'm just calling him. I'm just calling him Hugh Grant.
So we cut. They like, you should come to the party with us, Angus. You come tonight, and they cut to a party, and there's a band playing kind of a rocking rendition of what we would think of like as an old English folk song.
Art, I remember that part of the trouble with Lair the White Worm is Orsina's keeps telling me, Erik, stop, because I'll be just sitting there or making coffee and I'll go, that famous Dampton worm, and he's full of all these feeling babes, and famous, and she's like, shut up, it's so catchy. It's
really catchy.
It goes into your head like a worm, brain
It
worm.
worms right in there, Erik.
Oh.
John Downton went fishing once, fishing in the weir. He caught a fish upon his hook, and the fish looked really queer.
He did, and he threw it in the well. And it grew teeth and bugly eyes or something like that.
Yeah, so just briefly, so Erik and I don't torture
Shut
you
up
all
with
with the
your
song.
briefly.
But the song recounts John Downton, who caught this fish. He threw it in a well, and this fish turned into basically a huge monster that went around eating everybody's cattle and everything around.
And their kids.
And their kids. And then John Downton did end up slaying this worm and saving the village. But it's a kind of a funny song because they're all celebrating how John Dampton rescued everybody. But I'm like, he kind of is the one who screwed everybody over too, because he's the one who caught that fish and threw it in the well.
He cut it in half, and they're doing this whole thing. It's a rollicking party, and I love it because they have this giant. Think of a Chinese dragon, except it looks like a white worm monster, like a dragon, except it's basically a giant wormy serpent, and it's clacking away and stuff. And
the women are like running in front of it, and they're
I thought that was cool,
and we should note it's sort of chasing Eve around. Catherine Oxenberger. It's sort of snapping at her a lot.
She's kind of the date. She's like James's date.
Yes. She
And
looks
she's wearing-
dynamite too, because in the first scene where we saw her, she was dressed like Laura Ingalls Wilder. The two girls in the first scene, I didn't know what the hell. I was like, they're like urchins or something. And now
they're very rustic on.
Now she's in a beautiful dress, like for that time period. And
I think she's 80s, any 80s prom dress if you could afford a lot more. It's like 80s prom, sleeveless. So we're introducing the characters. So we got the 4 characters.
Yeah.
And
so Hugh Grant is the Dampton, and he slays this pageant worm. He takes a big sword and cuts it in half, and it's supposed to represent he's James Dampton, and his ancestor John slayed this worm. So this is sort of a ritual fun thing that they're doing.
Yep. And all I got out of this particular section was cool song, can't get out of my head. Cool wormy thing, wish I had that. And then what I got, Art, was what the hell are they eating at the buffet? What is going on here? Did you see the buffet with stuff on the buffet table?
There was like a fish head sticking out of something.
Yeah. Whole octopus. It was a whole octopus. And like, I guess it's a popular thing in the UK, but aspic, which is like really gross jello.
Yeah.
It was just green goo.
Yeah.
And then he tells the Angus while he's eating, and he's shoveling in these looks like red spaghetti. And he's like, oh, I guess you like our local delight worms, the pickled worms or something. They're eating worms.
Yeah.
Why?
Which Angus suddenly is like, look, because Angus is loving it and he doesn't know what he's eating. But they also throw all this thing in. We've set it up to this point. We keep saying the lair of the white worm and Dampton slayed a worm. Hugh Grant points out that worm is basically dragon is what we have.
It's venom.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, venom.
We get that little lesson for people in America.
Thank God we know it's a dragon. So you know what I'm looking forward to, Art, is to see a dragon.
Well, that's what the movie is building you up to.
I want to see this damn
because we've
dragon.
had Erik visually. We've had the skull, and then we've had this pageant serpent that's going through the thing. So it's visually it's constructing in your mind. Oh, we're going to see eventually see the real worm, the real dragon.
No, dragon, not a worm.
Dragon.
A dragon.
Yes. We're going to see
worms
this.
Don't have bones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fun fact. So I'm looking forward to a dragon. So I'm looking forward to the next scene as well.
Yeah, well, Mary and Angus head out and head home, but they leave Catherine there. It's kind of weird. They're talking about it. You mentioned it earlier. It's like Catherine with James, Hugh Grant, or
yes,
Eve.
Eve is the date of James. And they're like have a relationship a little bit-ish. Do I care if I'm accurate on that? No, I don't.
No, it doesn't really end up really mattering. I will push back on that a little bit, Erik. I think this movie is playing with class stuff a little bit in a satire comedy way. So I think
I got that.
No, but I think there is still something to her being not obviously at the level of Lord. His official title is Lord Dampton, Hugh Grant's character. So, but he's dating her, and Mary, as she's walking back with Angus, seems to say, she's with him, but it's not going to be anything that's coming. So
we don't know.
Yeah.
But Art, they're also walking home in the dark, and this is where Mary and Eve's parents disappeared, and it's the only way to go. Oh, it's so scary. And then they're up against a tree talking about, I don't give a shit what, but then she mentioned she has had a boyfriend and just randomly says, killed himself in a motorbike. I'm like, what? And then he kisses her. Angus kisses her after.
Goes in for a kiss after that.
After that, oh yeah, motorbike. Oh, that sounds awful. Did he die horribly? Just this dialogue. I guess they had to make it, longer than 80 minutes.
But they have to stop because suddenly they see a car, and I have to say this, Erik, with clear headlights on drive by.
Yes.
And then we cut back to them.
Eyes.
But Mary says, oh, what's that? What's that car doing here at the old temple house? Because I guess they're near what's called the old temple house. So he goes,
temple house.
And driving through the woods with no headlights on.
No headlights. Oh, it's scary. Oh,
but the
there's
car
no one at temple house.
But the car had headlights on. So
yes.
I was like,
and is that the car's what, an Aston Martin? What is it? It's a really cool. What kind of car is that? Do you know? Because I don't. But it's a really long, awesome, kind of expensive car. And it's got those bulbous. It looks like it could be a dragon.
Or yes, a dragon's head. Very good. That's what I caught too. Yeah.
So they're all upset about that car because the temple house is empty.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go into their
bed and breakfast. They go back to the bed and breakfast, and an officer is there. Officer Ernie is sitting in their kitchen.
Wait, I'll try. Officer Ernie.
Yes. What Erik has done is he's kind of pulled one of his eyes a little back. Because Officer Ernie, this actor, he has a cock eye, and he's like...
He does.
But he's a very pleasant actor.
He is.
I kind of like this guy, I have to say.
Having tea, because if you don't know, this takes place in the UK, and that they like tea. That's just tea is in almost every scene.
But he's there to deliver some news. They found a sign of her dad. They found in Stone Ridge Canyon? Cavern?
Stone Rick. Yeah.
Yeah, Stone Rick Cavern.
Yeah.
They found her father's watch in the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
And now
They're
the searches
still
have been
looking
called off for a year. But tomorrow they're going to have a search party there tomorrow.
Yeah, so they're going to start it up again. You do get a glimpse of the parents, which look like they're 7 years older than their spawn. But you just get a picture of them.
They let Ernie know, hey, just so you know, we saw a strange car over at the Temple House driving without headlights on. And Ernie's sort of like, well, just when you're about to go off shift.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a longer night. I'll go check it out. So,
Yeah, and he drives his own awesome vehicle, which actually says police on it. It's a Volkswagen Bug. That's his police vehicle. And he's a round man.
Yes.
So he's in that car.
I have to say that it's a cool, interesting collection of vehicles we see in this movie.
Oh, yes. For those of you who love cars, you'll be like, that's a this, that's a that.
Yes, exactly. So we cut and he's outside the Temple House now and he's looking in and we see that there's a light, like a flashlight going in there. And then you feel like you're watching like a Hugh Laurie sketch or something or Monty Python. He's having a radio conversation with his partner, maybe the other only police officer in the whole town, back at the way. And did you like this, Erik, or did you not like that? I thought it was funny.
Here's what I said to myself is if Art talks about this scene in detail, I'm going to slap him.
Oh, no. Okay.
Because
I'm backing up.
He's having a conversation with Charlie, and it's just back and forth. And I deliberately didn't write down any of these lines.
You didn't?
No, because it was just for me. I'm like, can you just get to the house, please? I don't care about your cute little conversation.
I thought it was played. I thought it was played specifically for this is clearly played for comedy, and I thought it was pretty funny.
It is played for comedy, but who cares? Because
who cares? I will agree with you, but sometimes I think I'm more in the spirit of what this movie's doing than you are at this point. I was like, oh, this guy's funny. This is cueing me in as to what we're doing here. So anyway.
But he's not getting any help from Charlie.
No, from Charlie.
No, I can't get there. I have to go get a taxi. He's like, the taxi cab driver's drunk.
We arrested him.
Well, yeah.
Well, use your bike. My pump's broken.
He can't get there.
Right. And then at the end, before he hangs up, Erik, he burps. He goes, burp. So Charlie's no good.
Will love that scene. Maybe just if that was just a little scene that you might see on Instagram.
But then he gets bit on the ankle. Ernie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get introduced to the sexy highwayman,
Lady Marsh. Yeah.
Yeah, Sylvia.
Lady Sylvia Marsh.
This is Sylvia Marsh, and she's very matter of fact all the time, and she's very, very sexy in sort of a type A way. But she's got a white tricorn hat on. She's a fashionista. If she's modeling, she's modeling. That's what she's doing.
Her outfit looks like she's in a music video that the theme is like Amadeus time or something, or I don't know. Like she's got like and she's always got the what are they? Sort of like a scarf covering around her face, like think about
loose.
The women of the 50s and
fashion
60s
art
or something. Yeah,
fashion. She looks like she's in an Adamant video.
Well, she was married to Adam. She was Adamant's. Yeah, and she was famous, Erik, for being in his videos at first. That's how she gained a little fame. Yeah.
Wait, Art, really?
I'm not kidding you.
I love it when you pull this stuff out, and I'm thinking, oh, wouldn't it be great if she was in an Adamant video? And you're like, no, they hook up. They hooked up. That just makes I'm so excited now.
Yeah, a little weird though, because she had a relationship with him. I think she was 16 at the time, and he was in his 20s.
Now you ruined it. You ruined it for me.
But, Erik, the other way Americans would know her, possibly as from our age, would know her. Is she was on LA Law. She was CJ on LA Law. If you remember CJ. Did you not watch LA Law?
But there's a couple movies that I ignored when I saw that she was in them. But I know she was in a
first lesbian kiss on television, by the way, in LA Law was her and another woman.
There you go.
Michelle Green. Yeah. So that's
and she was 16 with Adamant, so that just supersedes everything now. She didn't know she was a lesbian, so she dated Adamant because he was.
You learn something all the time.
I do. If you guys don't learn anything from the podcast, I do, and I like it. So she brings the cop back to Temple Place. No, Temple Place.
Temple House, they call
Temple
it.
House. Yeah.
Yes,
and they're drinking brandy together. She offers brandy. She's trying to get everybody drunk, but apparently this is her estate. He says, "Oh, was that your car?" And I didn't recognize it. And she says, "I change my car as regularly as a snake changes its skin." And I'm like, how often does a snake change its skin? Once a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe she changes it every year. She buys a new model.
Yeah. And so it's her place. And there's always, I don't know if you notice this, Art, because you're into the music, like you're in tune to music that goes on, but there's sexy music here for, I believe, no reason. It's like, right?
And I think it is like, are you liking the styling that they're shooting here with the house and the drapery over all the furniture and the way that it kind of looks and is shot? I'm
looking at it with your eyes, Art. So I'm like, what? They do a lot of like big shots. Like it shows you the whole room. They do a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a cool inside, but when they go, it's very interesting shots. Because I was like a little bit with the movie, maybe I missed some of that. But what I didn't miss is that there's no furniture except for everything's covered in the ghosts.
Yes.
Everything's covered. In this one room they're sitting in, on the furniture covered with the white sheets, and she's sucking the venom out of the police officer's leg, and he's got his big old foot in your face, and she's just sucking it out, and she's saying, "Oh, I guess it was a snake bite." But like she does it every week. She's like, "Oh, another person to suck the venom out of."
Well, what I like here is, I'm getting on the movie's wavelength here, Eric. It's like, oh, they're playing around with the sexual thing, and also, I just think this actress, I'm going to say right out, good for her. She really goes for it in this. Amanda Donohoe just goes with everything she's given. Supposed to originally be Tilda Swinton. It was supposed to be Tilda Swinton.
Oh.
But
I wouldn't like to see that at all.
No? Well, you'll be happy to know, Eric. Ken Russell says he sent her the script, and she just never even returned his phone call.
It's like, yeah. This person, she is believable throughout the movie, which, as we'll go on, is quite unbelievable when you're talking about.
But Lady Marsh here, she is very curious why he's there. Who told you that my car was here? And he tells her, well, the Trent girls over there, one of the Trent girls. Yeah.
The Trent girls are, yeah. So she decides, you know what? I'm going to go check out the farm. So she goes to the farm, and the music is creepy now. You're like creeped out. And she goes into the farm, and you probably noticed this. Either it's the world's lowest ceiling at any farm I've ever seen, or she's unbelievably tall, because when there's nobody there but her, and it's daytime, and she's going upstairs and going up to doors, and her head is at the height of the door.
Well, here's what you're referencing, Eric, is she's going around the house, and she opens up a door, and the skull is in there that Angus has brought up, this big, long skull. And the skull is in the foreground of the shot, big, across the whole bottom of the screen. And she's centered behind it. I was trying to figure out, Eric, this is a kind of a cool shot that they do here. And with lenses and things, I was trying to figure out, how are they getting this image? And I noticed the same thing you did. I'm like, is the room built, the set built back? Do you see what I mean? Perspective wise, so that she can walk up to this huge thing in the foreground, and she puts both her hands around it and starts caressing it in the foreground. And so that's what I think you're seeing there, right? Yeah.
It's not a cut. So it's kind of a fun, I don't understand too much why, but Yeah, it's kind of fun. So she's into this thing for some reason.
Yeah, because she's really, really caressing.
Yeah,
She's
There's a lot of sex talk. Like she's very like doink doink doink. It's kind of that person you'd hope to meet at a nightclub that says, whatever intimate things somebody might say to you that make you think you have a chance in a nightclub. Like, ooh, there's a lot of ice in that drink. Maybe I could suck some of it out for you. And you're like, oh, I don't know. That's the worst example I could think of.
But she takes it. She grabs it. She grabs the skull and she takes it out with her. And as she's going out, she's going down the stairwell and there's a crucifix on the wall.
Yes. It's a medium-sized Jesus on the cross.
Yeah.
Yep. And
but suddenly,
this is art. This is my first. What the fuck? This is my first one.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So she looks, it's her face. She looks at the cross and all of a sudden she's got snake eyes, like snake eye slits. And she's got these huge ass freaking snake fangs. And she goes and spits this, I don't know, venom onto the cross.
Yeah.
I'm like, what just happened here? What? I mean, he doesn't turn.
They cut right out of it. They cut right out of it to a road, and we see her car passing another cool car. We're going to find out it's Hugh Grant. James is bringing Eve back from the party the night before to her house.
It's morning, so a long party. And what kind of car is that? Is that like a Rolls Royce?
Yes,
right. It's an old Rolls Royce. Like,
but it looks kind of cool. It looks like a cool car. And they arrive back at the house and they go in and there's a note on the table and the watch that the police found with the father. And what I love about this, I said, Eric's going to like this. She does not read the note out loud, Erik.
She doesn't.
She doesn't read it out loud.
Makes up for that. It's just any other dialogue that she says.
I don't know. I'm going to talk like this.
She looks at the note and then looks at the watch and I'm like, okay, good. She didn't. It's a note from Mary that her and Angus have gone to. I guess they didn't. I mean, they found this thing. Their parents have been missing for a year. Right. And the police came and said, we found this watch in the cavern. And she didn't bother Eve. She didn't call over to Hugh Grant's house and go like, Eve, she just left a note for her in the morning on the table. Yep. I was like, that was just so weird.
Just left a note. Oh, we're looking for our dead parents again, but it's no big deal. And Hugh Grant's it's a little weird here. I have to say, it's a little weird. Because she's like, first of all, she has pockets in that dress, which I was like, what? How do you get pockets in this dress? And then she says, I'm gonna go have a lie down. And he says weird things like, I don't even remember who Mr. Flint is, but he goes, I love Mr. Flint's hole. It's rather fascinating. Things like that. And then he goes, only nutty potholers go down there. Nutty potholers.
Yeah, mentions that they all go to Stone Rick's caverns. He's very aloof, Erik, is what you would say. He's very sort of aloof.
And she says she's going upstairs to have a lie down, and he kind of is like, oh, I was thinking of having a lie down myself. Da-da-doink. But she doesn't even catch wind of that, so he lets her go upstairs.
But she sees, as she's going up the stairs, the crucifix with all that weird venom splashed across the wall.
Yep.
And she reaches out to touch it. And are you counting this? Is this?
Yes, because it's going to be two things. It's either what the fuck, or the other phrase I have for these scenes is like, holy shit. So everyone, you're like, la, 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 going along in the movie. And then this is, holy shit. So she touches it.
And immediately it's like, bam, like a electric shock or something hits her. And it actually is a jump scare, Erik, because like you said, you're kind of going along, do. And then it's like, bam. And okay, do you want to break this?
Oh, yeah. These are moments I will spend time on because I think everyone needs to know what the hell you're looking at here.
Okay. So immediately the first thing she sees is this Christ on the cross. It's not an image. It's actually Christ on the cross with sort of green screen, weird backgrounds going on behind it.
It looks like psychedelic Northern Lights kind of a thing. It's just like you'd see in a music video.
And the music is crazy. The music is all wow, it's all over the place. Yeah.
And it looks like if you don't have time to really see all this, but it looks like he's in what's left of a stone church. So it's ruins or something. And there's a bunch of nuns.
Well, flash to her. She's one of them. She's
a nun.
It's like they're you can tell they're like nuns, but it's all white outfits, but their faces are sort of framed, in the wrapping there. And then suddenly we get the vision of, it looks like Lady Marsh, but is she blue or green? Blue greenish?
She's blue green. She's like what you wear if you're wearing sexy snake makeup.
Yeah,
and she's like Snake Girl. And also there's a freaking cut of a bloody mouth giant white worm, which looks like it's from an older Godzilla kind of a movie. It's just off the charts.
Or on a smaller scale, it could be in like Mr. Rogers' Make-Believe Land. It could be in there too.
Oh, what is it? Lady Adelaide?
Lady Fairchild?
No, Lady Elaine. Lady
Elaine.
I could not. Every time she came out, I was like, please don't come towards the screen. Please don't. I thought she was a murderer.
But imagine if that worm came out from the behind.
With Lady Elaine, I'd have no doubt that that's her pet.
But then suddenly we see that the snake is wrapped around the crucifix, and it's sort of near Christ's head.
Yeah, and I'm very monster here. So monster size, everybody. It looks to me like it's a 12-inch round, thick snake monster coiled around. So if you picture that, then you got a head that might be the size of that skull. So maybe 2 feet-ish long. So it's not a huge thing, but it's wrapped around the cross, and it's very practical effects, which I enjoy. But the Romans come in, the
Roman soldiers come rushing into the thing, and basically they start attacking the nuns.
God.
Yeah.
There's blood. There's like half-naked, blood-drenched nuns being physically accosted.
Yes.
By the Romans.
Yeah.
It's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Going on here. There's blood and snakes and rape and Jesus.
It's incredible. It's an incredibly sort of brutal, psychedelic vision that's happening there.
Before that, it's just like, this is a farmhouse. We're talking like this. Everything's okay. I mean, just what the hell?
Yeah, and we see that she's in the mix of the women being assaulted by these Roman soldiers. She's like, it's clearly Eve. Graphically
assaulted.
Yes,
but she's and then she comes out of it because Hugh Grant comes back.
Yeah,
and I thought it was just the acting here is so beautiful, Art. It's just so beautiful, and dialogue like, what do you think? I'm a blooming invalid. And Hugh Grant takes her downstairs. He's like, what happened? Tell me. He's very, like you said, aloof. I think is perfect. What happened? What happened? And her explanation. I saw some stuff on the wall. All right. Can you go a little bit further than that?
I know.
Stuff on the wall.
Can you go a little further? I need more info.
And she takes out that watch, the pocket watch, out of her secret dress pocket. I wanted this to be a thing. I'm like, ooh, this is cool. It's going to be a thing. So the watch hands now look like a snake.
Yeah. Like the hour hand is the snake's head, and the minute hand is the snake's tail. Yeah, it looks cool.
It also could look like something else.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
It looks to me like it's a widow sperm. It's a widow black sperm.
Very good. Yes.
And they look at it.
She jumps up and backs up into the counter. I was like, she smashes into the counter, and she's like, I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, there's a serpent and stuff. And Hugh Grant's like, a serpent, white serpent, you say? Oh, around a cross, you say? Here, come with me, darling. Let's go look outside. And they go outside, and apparently there's further excavation.
Yes.
Which Art and I pointed out is 2 feet below the surface. And it's a mosaic, right? Like a white snake, just what we saw, but it's a mosaic of a white big white serpent wrapped around the cross with Jesus on it, right? Or is it just it's just a snake, or is it Jesus too? I
can't remember, but it's from Roman times, it looks like. And who excavated that? Did Angus dig that up, or did Lady Marsh uncover that when she went to the house before a cut? I couldn't
who knows?
Yeah, I don't think that's clear in there.
Wow.
Then we're gonna cut. Mary and Angus come home from the search party, and they say that there was nothing. They didn't find anything else at the caverns.
But they're very upset because the other couple is going to look for the skull, and we get classic lines like, "What are you doing? Spring cleaning? Why are you in here? I'm talking like this." Ugh. So if we're getting anything out of this scene that you want, you can say it. But for me, it's like they look for the skull and it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
That's what I got out of that scene. Right?
I agree. I don't have anything, Eric, for them. Because I just we cut to a Boy Scout walking in the rain.
Yeah. 16?
Yeah. It's
15?
supposed to be 16.
Okay.
The actor is 17. I think we should point that out. The actor is 17 at the time. No, but this is I need to think about as we go forward. And he's walking in the rain along the road, and suddenly he turns around, and that cool car, the snake car, is there, just sitting behind him. We didn't hear it drive up. We didn't hear it. It's almost like it just appeared behind him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he sees it's Lady Sylvia, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like the dumbest kid. What are you doing? I'm going to a youth hostel. And she's like, I'm snake watching.
Yes. I love her in this movie. I think that this is all great. I think she's
very like all the time. She's like, I know something you don't know.
So they're driving, she's playing music, and we get a couple of shots. She's got, this is where you can come in, our expert. Her skirt is up a little bit, and so we get to see a little stocking, right?
Yeah, not officially underwear, everybody. So it is we refer to this as a garter.
Yes.
And I've had moments where I've seen garter, and to me, I don't know why. I understand because it's probably annoying, but the fact that garters for the most part are gone makes me sad, because it is, when you see that little strap that's connected from the stocking to whatever, I'm like, oh, gee. So he notices her leg. There's a lot of this leg.
Yes. We had a lot of leg. And this movie has, like, we talk about boobs a lot, but this movie has a lot of leg.
A lot of leg and a lot of good leg. We're talking like Christmas Story.
Royal legs, I think.
Lamp leg.
We get to see royal legs.
Royal legs. Yeah, all kind of legs. And then he's like, they're talking about the music being banging. This music, I don't know if it's banging. And she says great things like, are you into any sort of banging?
Yeah.
And he goes, not bad on the mouth organ. What? What is that?
Well,
you ever want to get fired from a job, you say something like that. I play the mouth organ.
I think he's referring to what we're going to see in a moment, but it does have those implications. Yes, Eric. So
I guess it's a thing. The mouth organ. Ooh.
She's like,
look at me. Look at me, Art. I've changed color in this light. You can clearly
You're
see.
like, yes.
Like,
okay.
I look like a drunk right now.
We cut to her house because she says, come and dry off at the house. It'll be warm there. And they're playing Snakes and Ladders, which is the English version of our American Chutes and Ladders. Have you ever played actual Snakes and Ladders, Eric?
Yep.
Have you played?
I played Chutes and Ladders, and I would have much rather played Snakes and Ladders because I think it looks cool. And in the middle of this Snakes and Ladders game is a white bottom in the middle. You can see it. But let's talk about one of my favorite things. So they're both, I wouldn't say this is underwear, but they're in this big empty room. Picture like a mansion that you go in and there's no furniture.
They've moved in and they haven't furnished it yet.
And there's just pillows on the ground. And we get our Boy Scout, our 16-year-old Boy Scout, wearing like I don't know where they got it from, to be honest, like why she has this, but it's like a bathrobe, a very colorful bathrobe. So he's out of it, and she's wearing a sexy negligee. It's you love watching me struggle through this. It's sheer, And then she's got a bra, and she's I would say she's a small breasted woman, but she is rocking this outfit. She's completely slender. She's got short hair that is like Betty Boop plastered to her head. So it's always slicked back. And then she's got the world's tiniest black underwear. You couldn't get any smaller.
No.
Impossible to get any smaller than what is there. However, she's wearing thigh-high leather boots, like sucked onto it's like heat wrapped onto your legs. And so you're immediately thinking, as a younger person watching this, you'd be like, oh, geez, this kid is in luck. You know, he's not going to the hostel, right? He's going to play the mouth organ.
That's what he does.
Oh, he does.
He does play the mouth organ.
What is a mouth
It's
organ?
a harmonica, sort of.
Oh,
he pulls it out and he starts playing it. And suddenly she's getting something like a drink or something, and she drops it.
The CD.
And then she starts
play some music, yeah.
And then she starts to move. She can't control herself. It's like a swaying.
Yes.
And she's moving slinkily.
Yep.
And then towards him.
And she stops him from playing it.
Yes.
She's like, she doesn't like it. She puts it on the mantle. And you notice on the mantle, there's a very interesting piece of artwork there.
It looks like an ivory sort of horn or something. It's
ornate
long.
Horn.
Yes.
Yeah, for now, we're going to refer to it as an ivory ornate horn.
Yes. Emphasis on the horn. Yes. But it's sitting on the mantle.
Well, it doesn't matter, but she's like, oh, it's time for a nice hot bath and the experience of a lifetime. And she kisses him. Then we get the world's most awesome bathroom.
We cut. It is like marble stairs, it's like a swimming pool almost.
It's
like
a grand entrance to like a spa-sized tub. This is just like, picture if you were like a Roman
emperor
God,
or something.
Emperor, right? You'd be sitting in this thing like, feed me my grapes. This is an amazing, amazing bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's got a big sponge and he's sitting there.
That's exactly what it is. It is a big sponge. Picture a sponge, everybody. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than what you're thinking. I mean,
and he
the wash a horse sponge.
Yes. And he's sitting there like, I don't think this guy knows how to even process what's happening. I don't think the actor can process, right, Erik, what's happening here.
And the viewer.
And the viewer.
The dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
She says, what? Do you know what she says? He's sitting down, so we see him from the waist up, and she's sponging him. She goes, I bet your girlfriend doesn't do this for you. And he says,
my mom doesn't either.
Yeah, he goes, no, nor me mom neither. Like, why would you even say that?
Erik.
Because it's an older woman? I'm like, what?
Well, she kind of calls it out, Erik. She's like, I remind you of your mom. And he's like, no, it's just that, you know, you're caring for me.
Speaking of caring for you, if you observe this glorious bathroom, they have what looks like they're selling soaps, like what you find in an ornate shop. There's like glass container of soaps and like bath salts. And I'm like, how much do you need? Because this is a bubble bath going on here too.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I thought that was creepy.
And then she has him stand up.
But she's not going to bite him. I'm not going to bite you.
Yeah.
I love these little bites and snakes and things that are in here. What does she say next? When he stands up, I'm just, because we have wives listening to this. You can, what does she say? What's the matter?
I don't have it written down, Erik.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I don't believe you, but
I don't.
I'll say it then.
Okay.
Because I don't believe you. Everyone, I don't believe Art. He's got every single line in this movie written down.
I don't.
He stands up, and thankfully, his lower parts are out of view. And she says, you're a fine growing boy. And he's just standing there. I wish you could see this, but he's like, duh.
He is like, duh. Like,
He's like, wow, that's what I get for praying.
And she sort of lies down.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. And no, it's
she rears back and she's got those freaking, they've got to be 2 inches long at least. Fangs.
Mm-hmm.
And
the fangs. She has fangs. Yeah.
We don't see it, everyone, but she bites him on his growing pains right there.
You did a pretty good imitation of the sound we hear too. Like it's like
yeah.
Did it have a little bit of your favorite jaguar mixed in there, Erik?
Like, oh, I wish she doesn't do that. That'd be awesome if she did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't had one for a while. But then
he drops back, and so we don't see the wound or anything. It's under the water.
No,
and she tells him she's very matter of fact, Erik. He's like going. She's like, don't even try to scream. You're paralyzed from your vocal cords paralyzed. Yeah.
And here's what I was thinking at this point. All right, depending on when he got paralyzed. I'm just,
what are you thinking?
my mind was like, wait a second. Okay, so moving on. She starts talking
about vegetables. Like,
yeah, you're basically a vegetable. And then she says, "Oh God, the god is not a vegetarian." And you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. And then she starts mentioning, I think this is the first time we've heard this term. No, maybe Angus Flint said it in the opening, but Dionin, is that the
Dionin?
name?
Yeah, no, she says it.
She says it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're like, who's Dionin? And she says, you're going to be offered as a human sacrifice. And she says human sacrifice is as old as Dionin himself. And things like, whose every death is she doesn't even do that like that. So whose every death is a rebirth and a god even mightier. She's very matter of fact.
But also, there's the comedy art that I think is behind in this whole movie. She picks up the skull and she walks over and she lifts it up as her monologue is crescendoing.
Yes.
And she's just about up and the doorbell rings.
It is pretty funny because she goes shit. Yes. But it's not Mel Brooks funny. She doesn't go, oh shit. She's just shit.
But it does make you laugh. Like Yeah. And then she's like, oh, well, I guess you won't be a living sacrifice. And she takes that boot you mentioned earlier, her high heel boot, and she pushes him, our young Boy Scout, under the water. But Erik, you caught this. Just before he goes under the water, he closes his eyes.
He does. So I guess his eyes aren't paralyzed.
I was like, couldn't you get another take on that? Did you only have the spa location for like 5 hours? And
we got to get out of here. The Romans need it.
You couldn't get another take? Yeah.
But she puts on this awesome robe.
Mm-hmm.
I want this robe. I mean, I'm not a fashionista, but she covers herself with this awesomer flowing robe, and she goes through another empty room to the front door. There's no furniture in there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a what do you call a bust? She touches this bust of some, looks like a
Roman emperor, like it looked like Marcus Aurelius or something, or
And she opens the door, and it's Hugh Grant
in his RAF uniform. In his
I guess he's a pilot. Is he a pilot?
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot, I think, with royalty and stuff. It's very tradition that they go in. Like remember Harry and them went into the Marines or whatever.
And I'm sure you love the dialogue here, Art. But all I got was, I hear you're having trouble with a snake, and then I got also, is this dialogue necessary?
Well.
You liked it.
I know, Erik. I have to side with you.
Oh,
I like the idea of this dialogue because I like Hugh Grant and Amanda Donohoe as these characters trading this dialogue. But I agree with you; it's not moving anything forward for me. So as much as I want, let me put it this way: I want to like it more than I actually do. Does that make sense?
And for me, here's what I'm realizing, talking to you is what I realize is one, that Adamant is awesome, but making poor choices with age appropriate people. And then two is I want a horror movie, and all I'm getting right now is a British comedy.
Yes.
As a viewer, I'm only getting British comedy but I have to say again, slices of crazy batshit blood horror, weird things. But I'm also thinking we're going to see some sexy time. And then it just is like, nope.
Well,
nope.
yeah. And remember earlier, Eric, I mentioned the satire of manners and class.
Mm-hmm.
She throws out a Oscar Wilde quote from Importance of Being Earnest.
Yes.
Right?
Which Orsina knew. I think we got this far.
It's Lady Bracknell in Importance of Being Earnest.
And I think Orsina played Lady Bracknell. So she's like, I know that dialogue. I went, how do you know? How are you repeating what she's saying?
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
So that's a reference to me. That's the filmmaker cueing me in that this is, like you just said, you're watching an English comedy. You're watching a comedy of manners in a way, or a take on that, a comedy of manners.
I could see this art as a play with obviously some things you couldn't do, but I could see this as a play. But that lines like she says she hibernates, specifically says I hibernate in the winter. And then he goes, do you have any children? And she goes, only when there's no men around. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Like I said, Eric, I kind of like it, like you were saying, but like I agree with you. I'm not really feeling like this moves it forward. And like she even starts to throw out like I was in a coma from a snake bite when I was a child. Like, and
because Hugh Grant is kind of put off by the fact that she said that about to lose one parent is
the Trent girls lost their parents.
Yeah,
they're now
you can see it.
And so she makes the joke. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it.
So she's very upset, and you can tell that she's pretending, because what I love is she goes away from him. She's like, I'm sorry. Starts saying all these things. And then she holds her hand out behind her like, help
very
me.
Dramatic. It's almost like you're like, this is for laughs. This is clearly for laughs.
But she's so in control too. She can just manipulate his mood from being like, oh, that wasn't very nice, to, oh, there. Oh, you have trouble with snakes. Oh, and that's why she plays snakes and ladders by herself.
Yeah, it's kind of exposure therapy, I guess.
But can you tell me this? Okay, so there's like, oh yeah, I'm tricking you into feeling sorry for me. She takes snakes and ladders, throws it in the fire, and it burns up. And then she's standing there and she says, Rosebud. Why? I know it's the reference to Orson Welles and all that stuff, but why does she say it? Is it for us?
Well, I think it's like this thing from my childhood that I attached to. And spoiler, everybody listening for Citizen Kane.
Oh, Citizen Kane, yeah. If you didn't see it,
at the end, it's his childhood sled being thrown on the fire. So I think she's like, I threw snakes and ladders on the fire. It's my Rosebud. But is it?
So now everybody knows that I didn't see Citizen Kane. Everybody.
Well, and everybody knows, Eric, that I was trying to move this scene along, and you keep stopping to point everything out in this scene.
Oh shit! All right, so they kiss. They kiss, and I was pissed because Hugh Grant's got he's got a girlfriend, but she does this little snaky lick before she kisses him. She's like, and she has a very, as far as tongues go, hers is I would give it a 9.
Yeah.
A 9 out
and
of 10.
They cut. I thought they were going to end up spending the night. Didn't you? I thought this was leading into.
Goes home. Yes, he goes home.
Yeah, he goes home. And so we see him at home. He's drinking and watching like an old silent movie. I didn't look up, Eric, if this was an actual movie or not, or they recreated this for this film. If they recreated for this film, they did a freaking fantastic job. But could you describe the film we're watching, this old sort of photo play?
Yeah, it's almost like it's a forest scene, and there's this white egg in the middle, and this guy looks to me like he's a wizard or magician type of guy, puts a big worm in the egg, and then he steps back, and then out of the egg comes a woman who's a butterfly. And it must be an old film because he actually holds the egg so the egg doesn't fly away because it's on ropes. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then Hugh Grant's just watching it like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And it's piano music, which he then looks at his wall, and there's a painting of John Downton, his ancestor, slaying the white worm.
Yeah, he's cutting the head off.
Cutting the head off of it in front of what's clearly Stone Rig Cavern that we've seen there.
And this looks like what do you call, Orsina would know, is it a Renaissance style painting?
Yeah.
It's very, if you paint, you would paint saints and stuff. It's the same type of thing. Or George and the Dragon. It's that kind of thing.
Correct.
Right?
That's what it's calling to mind. And then he goes to bed and we look at the painting on the wall, and is this another one of your what's going to happen, Erik?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm thinking, okay, all right, it's a dream. He's having a dream.
But it's good how they segue into it. We're looking at the painting of the cavern, and then suddenly he's walking into the painting in his military uniform. He's in the painting, but he's real, so he's not animated. He's real. Actually,
which is cool.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. He starts walking into the cavern, and they flash back to the bed to show us he's not in the bed.
Yeah. Because he
So
looks back at the bed like, oh, I guess I'm in the painting now.
yeah. And he walks in there, but then suddenly when he walks into the cavern, he's walking up the steps of a private jet, like a jet plane.
Yeah, with the pointy nose that goes down. I don't know what kind of plane.
Yeah, the Concorde. I think it was.
Concorde.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the flight attendant that's helping up the ladder, I'll point out, it's a ladder, not stairs.
Good job.
She helps him onto the plane, and then she smarmily kicks the ladder away and closes the door and it's Sylvie as a flight attendant.
Yeah,
Sylvia,
Lady Sylvia. Yeah, she's as a flight attendant in a powder blue sort of flight attendant uniform.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the little hat, off to the side. It looks great. And so is Eve a flight attendant on this flight. Eve brings him over a drink.
She gives him
a newspaper.
A stack of newspapers, and he picks one. He starts just doing a crossword puzzle. He's not saying anything in this weird music here.
And Mary appears. She's another stewardess. Mary is doing the safety briefing, with the life preserver and everything. She's up there doing that. But we don't hear her. It's just score.
There's no dialogue.
Music. No dialogue.
Nope, just the music. And then lo and behold, Art, there's more passengers on the plane. The tiny plane.
Yes. Two people are strapped into chairs, but they have a seatbelt, but the seatbelt's kind of over their arms too. Yeah. So it looks like they're strapped in. But we recognize them from the picture. It is Mary and Eve's mom and dad.
Yeah.
They're sitting on the plane. I thought they were
dead at first, but Sylvia gives them some kind of drink. And then we see the dad's watch is there. And then he's doing the crossword puzzle. And
Hugh Grant,
yeah, he's got a red marker, and he's drawing, and then lo and behold, we got a red marker. It turns out to be a snake or a worm, like a Chutes and Ladders.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I love is we got more leg.
Yeah,
look at my leg.
Lady Sylvia comes over as the stewardess, sits down next to him, and kind of hikes. We see the garter.
Yes.
We see that, but she's trying to give him a drink.
Yeah, he doesn't want
something. He doesn't want it, and then we see another hand grab the drink.
Yeah, but he's also strapped in his chair now.
Yes, suddenly he's strapped in the chair.
Yeah, who grabs the drink?
Eve, as the stewardess grabs a drink, and then we have a shot of them each holding the drink, and it reminded me, Erik, of Predator when Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger shake hands. That image, Erik.
Yes,
it looks like that. Only it's Lady Sylvia and Eve.
Yeah, there's something weird in the drink, and then they start fighting in their very short skirts, and then we see Hugh Grant with that marker, and he's holding the marker at his crotch, and he takes the marker and goes.
The marker keeps rising up. They're wrestling, and they're putting their legs around each other's heads. It's really kind of sexual, this wrestling that they're doing.
Yeah, and this is now I'm at my what the fuck, because I'm like, what is happening here? The dad sits up and he's on another side of the plane and he walks away, and then all of a sudden they're not fighting anymore, and Hugh Grant's looking both sides of the plane, and there's legs sticking out. Somebody's flashing a leg, other person's flashing a leg, and it's the garters.
And then we notice one of the legs, we're not seeing whose legs they are. We don't know who they are. Yeah. But one hand that comes around the corner has a ring on it that has a crucifix on the ring.
Yeah. You know how when you're feeling religious and you buy a ring and it's got a dead Jesus on it, that's the kind of ring you want to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's in the cave all of a sudden. And it's just you're going, what is happening here? And he wakes up to a loud noise, and then we got probably one of the best characters in the whole movie.
Now, we saw him earlier. You might have missed him. He was at the party when they cut to the buffet table, and he was just standing there with a weird look on his face at the buffet table and walked away. Because earlier in the movie, you're like, why are they holding on this guy that's standing here?
No,
it was very weird.
idea.
So it's a weird shot. If you ever watch the movie again, you'll see it. But here he is. Yeah, his butler, Peters is his butler.
Peters, the butler. Confound you, Peters. You've broken my dream. I'm going to try to adopt that phrase as much as I can. I was having a dream last night, but then I woke up, so I broke my dream.
Yeah. He gives him his paper. Peters gives Hugh Grant the paper. And it has an article about the search yesterday for the Trent parents. And in the article is a picture of the cavern that they went to look at. And it's just, this dialogue, Erik, it's great. Where like Lord Downton James goes, it seems strange. Doesn't this, Peters? And Peters looks at it. Yes, it would appear that one is a facsimile of the other. So he's looking at the painting on the wall of the cavern, and it looks just like the one that they went to search yesterday.
And for listeners, this guy, you picture an English butler, like in his, 60, and he is full. He looks like he's done. He can't possibly drink any more alcohol. He's got a full face. He's got that ruddy, I've had way too much scotch.
Yeah, Erik, every time he's not actually doing something for the master, he's drinking, right?
Yeah, or staring into the abyss. He's like, And he says, he goes, draw me a bath. And the butler says things like, very well.
Well, it reminded me, do you remember the 80s movie Arthur? Where he says, I think I'm going to have a bath. And John Gielgud as the butler says, like, do you want me to wash your cock too?
Yeah, you little dick for you. Yeah.
But this guy doesn't say that. He just sort of says these weird things.
But it's just weird.
Yeah.
So we have four main characters now, right? So we got the two sisters, Angus and Lord
James.
Dampton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lord Dampton.
they decide they're all going to go to the cave.
Mm-hmm. Who? I'll bet you were hitting it hard. I think you were struggling during this.
I was, first of all, I was absorbing the real cave. So it's an awesome real cave.
Amazing location. That is an amazing location.
Yeah. So we got that. But then we have to have them open up freaking canisters and drink tea and talk about stuff. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? The movie has time for tea and things like, but great lines like, he's potty. Things like that. But the only person who's like, hey, wait a minute, let's talk about this legend. And maybe there's something to it. And they're like, no, even if it was real, they sliced the worm in two. Like they killed the Dampton worm. So, and he's like, well, what happens when you slice a worm in two? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're just like, shut
James
up.
Seems like, he's interested in this. And
so if you guys
even
want
tell them about the weird dream he had?
No, he doesn't. He's just
tell them about the weird dream.
And
they say you got to go see this cave painting. And it's funny because Mary's like, oh, that awful thing on there. It's like a lavatory drawing.
And I've been in lavatories. I should know.
And they go. So
I love asking you these questions because I can see you struggle. What's up? What's the painting? What's the cave painting, Art?
The cave painting is these figures with like
I can't hear you. Yeah.
It's figures.
Yeah, figures on the wall.
Human figures, but sort of looking in cave painting style, like you see like old hieroglyphic style.
Yeah.
And they look like one's formed like a.
Are you trying to say
then
boobs?
They have yes, boobs.
Okay,
yeah,
boobs. Yeah.
Boobs. And then they also have a large
you already
protrusion
said it.
Or something.
I think you said cock.
Yes.
Bleep it. Art said it first, everybody. It is, but it's a sharp, it is not like it is a sharp pointed object. And they have this big, boring conversation about the watch, but they're mentioning things like so this represents like something able to reproduce on its own, stuff like that. And it's like, oh, much like a worm. And so they're having this conversation, but at the same time, it's absolutely boring conversation about the watch, and nobody's buying into the idea of that there might be a monster except for James Hugh Grant.
Yeah, this scene seemed very just ill-conceived for me. I think they could have moved this along, had better dialogue. All of them go to the painting. All of them
have tea.
Yeah, and all of them see the painting.
All of them.
Have the painting, Erik, have the painting affect Eve, and that's why she has to go back, right?
No, she just doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, they have to separate Eve now, so Eve is going to go back on her own.
And then
Eve's going to go back.
An Alice in Wonderland situation.
Totally. Yeah, Eve's going to go out, and she
down
leaves
that path.
while they're looking at the painting.
There's that path that you're not supposed to go down because that's where the parents disappeared, remember? This is the path.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, it's the path. It's the only path that you can walk down, apparently.
So this is like a very dreamy Alice in Wonderland type of thing. She's walking there, and all of a sudden, up in a tree.
Lounging in a tree.
Is Lady Sylvia.
Yep.
And she's in she's all in red.
Yes.
Red Queen, right? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah.
No, I was thinking Big Bad Wolf.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And riding hood type of thing.
Yeah. But she's got these, I don't know how you get these clothes on, Art. They're not boots. They are tight leather pants with stiletto shoes attached.
Yes.
I was just thinking, is that like a 20-minute job to get those pants on?
But she's lounging in the tree like the Cheshire Cat or something, right? And it's sort of, the dialogue is like,
glasses, cool glasses.
Yeah, can you help me? I lost my cat up in the tree and I came up here. And
it's drippy sex talk, even though it's not. And Eve seems like she's in a trance.
This is, I think, calling on that idea of like snakes trying to hypnotize, like think of the Jungle Book, where the snakes try to hypnotize their prey, or something.
Which I love, by the way. I love that one with his eyes.
Yep.
But she can't get down, so she has Eve help her down and takes her hand, and then she says, "Oh, we're going to Temple House," right?
Yeah.
And then you think, okay, that was weird.
So Eve is dressed, I should say, and Eve is walking through the countryside dressed in a coat, like a sensible coat. And
sensible. It's all
sensible clothes. Yeah.
And then you get opposite of sensible clothes.
We cut.
We
cut, hard cut from this Alice in Wonderland forest scene to a bright blue tanning bed with light coming out from under it.
And it looks like it's in a black room.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
It's a stark
tanning bed.
Cut.
It's a tanning bed. Yep.
And it opens and Lady Sylvia is in there. And we don't have much to talk about her costume here.
No, we don't. Because she's naked.
Yes.
And we see, I like to refer to this lovingly as we see her breasts right away, but she's lying with her back on the tanning bed. Then she turns around quickly, but not until we see her foof.
Yeah.
I was like, that's probably my reaction was like, like that. That's what I.
So fearless, this actress. She is.
She owns it.
She owns it.
Yeah, but we got boobs now. This is our second boobs, by the way.
And Oxenberg, Eve is standing across the room, still in this hypnotic trance. And what we get from here is we've heard throughout the movie mentions of how there was an old convent built on the Trent House grounds. And that's a little bit of what the archaeologist was there for regarding that. But Lady Sylvia here starts to talk about how she was the lover of that emperor that was around at the time.
Yes. So we are, if everybody doesn't want to be confused, because I think everybody's confused of like, who the heck is this person? So I'm pretty sure that she's revealing here that she's an immortal priestess who worships this entity, Diagon Alley. And
Dionin.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
And then apparently she lives through the centuries and she keeps trying to bring it back to life since it was defeated by the other guy. So this creature hasn't been around since then.
And back then there were a bunch of a convent back then that worshipped the Christian god.
Yes.
And she sees them as like her mortal enemies, even from back then.
Yes.
And she mentions it's all sexy talk, like you said, like, you virgins, and you would all be in the dark masturbating.
And then when you're done with that, you whip yourself.
You whip yourself. It's all talk like this.
Yeah.
And then later, she said, after they defeated them, the Romans we saw in that vision attacked these priestesses, these convent women. Later, that convent tried to build that order tried to build a convent over the sacred ground of the worm.
Yeah. So that's why you get all this. That's why you get all this back and forth. That's why there's coins there, and that's why there's a skull there, which I still don't understand. And the whole time she's talking to Eve, she's like, disrobe, start taking your clothes off. And she does. And me, much younger me, of course, is like, oh, yay. Catherine Oxenberg's going to. And
she starts robotically taking off all those layers. It reminds me of, I don't know. It reminds me of the reverse of, do you remember that Carol Burnett skit where she was up in the mining town up in the north, but the strip show was her putting on clothes because it was up in the cold and the crowd is like, woo, and she's like putting on. So by the end, she's just bundled up and the crowd is going nuts. But that's here, she's taking off the coat. She's taking off everything slowly.
But she only gets she's now pantsless, I guess. But she's wearing
the classic shirt. It looks like a guy's shirt, actually, that she's wearing.
And she stops her from taking the clothes off. But then where does this come from? I'm not exactly sure.
Was it in the tanning bed with her?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But remember what we saw on the fireplace?
Mm-hmm.
This is another one.
It's a little different. It's a little different.
Dangerously pointed and looks kind of like what we saw in the drawing, or the cave drawing. And she says she needs to sacrifice a virgin to Blue Diamond Phillips. No, to Dionian.
And as she's saying this, she's sort of playing this ornate horn type thing. She's sliding it up the back of Eve's leg, going higher and higher. It's a little, and
she doesn't know if Eve's a virgin, but then we see Eve's face, and she goes, so she goes,
we need to bring in, like, we conference in a biologist, Erik, to tell us, or a physician to tell us exactly what's happening here. Because I was like,
what? She is making a face, though.
Yeah, and then. But she says, you've been a good girl.
Yes. So
you'll be a good sacrifice. And then she's sort of into business, Erik. I'm sure everybody will be missing you at home. So you're going to need to make a phone call. And
so she's completely.
Tell them that you've left on a train.
Yeah. But she's completely hypnotized. So she does it. And when she's making a phone call, apparently there's lots of, I'm going to write out and say that these are like sharp dildos around the house. Because there's another one on where she's making the phone call. I'm like, all right, somebody is definitely playing shoots and ladders by themselves. Is what I'm at. Sure, serpents and ladders. Sorry.
So she makes the phone call, and because Lady Sylvia goes, and make sure you do a good job acting. But she really isn't. She on that phone call, I would never believe.
No,
if you called me, Erik, and you were talking like that, I'd be like, something's happened to Erik.
You're right. Yeah.
Let's get Liam Neeson on the job here, right? Like, Eric's been trafficked. She's just going, I'm decided to take a train, and I'm at the train station, and I will go. Now, then she looks down as she's doing this, and I was going to ask you, I don't think I saw this on either watch. Have we seen this ring before? I know we saw it in the vision. The ring, thing with the Christ. Did
Yeah.
she have it on earlier
She
in
had
the
it
movie?
on. Yeah, she has it on.
Okay,
there.
I never saw it. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
But they pointed out with that ring specifically in the plane.
Okay,
So Hugh
okay.
Grant's got really good memory. Because the other girl talks about her sister's like, oh, well, she's religious.
Religious, right.
Yeah.
So she looks down and she looks at the crucifix on her ring.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, does she say Dionin? She says Dionin.
She says Diagon. I mean,
And then this must be
Diagon.
another one. This must be one for you too, Erik.
Oh, yeah. Now, this
Okay.
is a what the fuck? Because now we just get another. I mean, just.
It's a little faster than our first one.
But not fast enough for you to absorb all the information that you're presented with. Oh, my God.
So, like we said, it's that psychedelic background. It's done with green screen. And there are, in the background, going into the distance, are these nuns we saw from the earlier vision impaled. They're all impaled on poles in the distance.
Yep. And so is Eve. Eve as the nun is impaled, but it's this weird looking spear. It's like ornate, almost look like a penis a little bit. And then we got our snake girl who's now full snake makeup, orally pleasing the spear. She is like, you will never forget this night, little spear. And it's covered in blood. And she is like, it's like a lollipop. It's like chocolate syrup for her. She's, I mean, it was. So we're having the conversation. It's another one of those, can we move on from this conversation?
Yeah, it cuts back to the Trent house.
Yeah, and they're talking about the pagan snake god, and they're trying to find out if Ede's at the station, and we're piecing together that, Hugh Grant is kind of like, wait a minute. And my thought was, why are they spending so much time on the phone? Somebody calls to actually give the phone over to the other person. They hold on, wait, I want to talk. Someone else wants to talk for a bit. Hold on, here we go. Hi,
Erik,
hello.
you have everything that's in my notes.
Oh,
I want to read it to you. Long phone call with train agent. Why do we care about the train agent's name? Wow, this is a long phone call. Oh my God. OMG, she hands the phone off to Angus, and Angus continues the phone call. Those are written in my notes, Erik.
Yep, and the dialogue is just not, you nailed it. Rob, oh, sorry, Roy. Yes, right. I couldn't remember whether it was Rob or Roy. I'm going to just waste everyone's time.
And I did start to wonder, Erik, because I've pointed out several times that this movie, obviously, he has a little bit of a funny bone, this filmmaker. I'm like, is he effing around with us here with this phone call? Does he want us to think this is funny?
I just think he likes dialogue. And speaking of dialogue, my wonderful wife came in who's played Lady Bracknell.
Yes.
So if you could just lean in close, we couldn't get
the famous line about the parents.
Dialogue right. We've already passed that scene, but if you want to say that about the parents.
It was
don't blow it.
To losing
parent,
something about
losing a parent.
One might say that losing one parent is misfortune, but losing both seems like carelessness.
That's it.
Nailed it. Lady Bracknell back again.
Yes.
I only watched the first half hour with Erik, and then I didn't get to watch the end of the movie. But as soon as that quote came up, I'm like, oh, importance of being read.
And she wanted to. She's like, let's watch the rest of that. And I'm like, no, because I watched it once and I have to take notes now. Nope.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Now it sort of seems to be tradition that I come in and interrupt. My husband, I have a savant for a husband because for the next 3 days after watching the first part of this movie, I have to live with him singing the Dampton Worm song.
I told you.
Like morning, noon, and night, waking up, sleeping. It's just like once he gets, it's like an earworm.
Yep.
The Dampton Worm.
That song is an earworm.
Yes.
A worm, yes.
Nonstop.
And I try not to, so I usually end it with shit. I'm like,
layer of the earworm,
Yeah, so there we go. There's proof, everyone, if you didn't believe me before. So they figure out that Temple House is called that because it was the site of an old temple. Okay. And
Which
then they figure out
knowing
Lady
all
Sylvia.
these people, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Erik.
No, but that's all right. I'm just pushing
knowing
forward.
all these people, it seems like they would have put that together already. They would have known. Hugh Grant would have been, oh, yes, it was on the side of an old temple. Yes.
Oh, temple. Wait a minute.
Yeah. And
but they do figure out that somehow Lady Sylvia is involved. So they And Hugh Grant is kind of like, wait a minute,
Erik,
serpent.
this is, you know what I thought this is? This is like in like a Mel Brooks musical where the character suddenly has the song that recaps everything that's happened up until this point in the movie.
Yep.
That's what Hugh Grant launches into right here.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And then what I love is remember our butler, Peters, right? He comes down sweaty into the main chamber. And he basically tells Hugh Grant that he has put giant speakers. Oh my God. I mean, rock concert speakers on the top of the building. And like wired it and everything. And he's saying, I did this. And this guy probably couldn't lift a loaf of bread if he tried.
Yes.
And so I guess the goal is to lure, I think, Lady Sylvia with music, but they have to find the right music.
Yeah. It's in his father's collection of records.
Yes.
And do you have that one? And he says, this is one with a Turkish charmer that your father encountered. This is what Peter says. I think you'd call her a belly dance.
Yes, but the way he says it, he's wide-eyed as if he's like, I think just his face the whole time.
Now, I know Amanda's my wife's parents had all these old records that, like 78 type records that were these weird things. Like, I would imagine that would be in their record collection, Turkish snake charmer music or something.
But the first side isn't right.
No.
He's like, try the B side.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get it's basically snake charmer music, like really ruining that. But it's going through these are they bright red? I mean, bright red.
They cut to the outside and we see the speakers and they look comical. They're on top of the house. It looks like they're out of a comic strip or something.
Yeah.
It's the castle's roof and there's two gigantic red speakers. So gigantic that they're going up into the sky and there's sort of perspective, Erik. Yeah. They're sort of becoming smaller as they get to the top.
And Peters put them up there. I want to see that. Parts of the movie we don't get to see. I want to see Peters hauling these speakers up there, roping them down, running the wires, and drinking scotch in between. Like, good God. Oh, I love my job. We don't get to see that.
But we cut now with that music playing, Erik, to what is a great image. This is a really good image. Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's a big picture Indiana Jones wicker baskets that Marion was hiding in. They're like that, right? There's just one right next to the fireplace, and it's got a covered top. So wicker, I guess we call it wicker. Yeah. And it just from the top slithers out. Lady Sylvia.
She's holding the top with her arm is curved perfectly.
Yes. This woman is, I think she is I would call her a handsome woman. So she's very attractive, but also has these incredibly handsome features. So her hair is slicked back. She has the best, eyes, like she's always like, And then her outfit, this awesome silver and black outfit. And I think does it have one of those short, I call it like the Michael Jackson coat? And then, she looks like, what's her name? Janet Jackson. Looks like a Janet Jackson outfit.
Yeah.
But she's acting like she's a cobra, like a charmed snake coming out. So cool.
They had to, Erik. It was the image they put on the poster for the movie. Like that's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't know what's going on when you saw that. And I'm glad because you'd give it away otherwise. But she starts walking towards the sound. And she walks out of the building.
And Angus and Mary kind of come into the building after she leaves. So you think they were waiting out there. She left and they come in. So this is the plan.
Yeah.
They're coming into the house.
And we got to spend 10 minutes talking about the statue of the Roman emperor.
Marcus Galulius? Is that his name?
Marcus Aurelius? Wait.
No, Galulius? What the hell do they call him? I never quite caught the name. But then they find another statue, Eric. It's a statue of a mongoose.
Yeah, that's more of a. I would look at that like it's a taxidermy.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a mongoose being like wrestled by a big old snake. Like that mongoose is not winning this battle.
Yeah. And then they enter a room, and suddenly we're in a David Lynch movie again. This is Ken Russell.
What? Yeah.
Well, the way it cuts in, it's weird, Eric, because they first cut to an image. Is this Lady Sylvia with the snake, or is it somebody else? I can't.
I believe it's somebody else.
It's somebody else, but it's a woman who has, a head dressing on and jewels and everything. But she has a big snake in front of her face.
Yeah,
and
boa constrictor.
But she's putting the snake. She's swallowing the snake.
She is,
and then sort of spitting it back out and then swallowing it. Like
I have something. I have a different description.
Okay,
she's having carnal knowledge with the snake.
Yes,
the snake is having the best night of its life. That's what's happening. Right.
Well, they cut into that image, Eric, but then they cut to, we see that image is actually on a television set.
Very, very Twilight Zone-y, because it's just a little box television, and there's a person sitting in a chair watching it.
Mm-hmm. And otherwise, the room is like empty. It's like an empty room, just lit by the glow of this television set.
Yep. And who is it? It's freaking Mom.
It's the Trent girl's mother. Yeah. Yes.
It's like, Mom, Mommy, oh, Mama.
Yeah.
But this...
Mother. Yeah.
Mom... You know what the mom reminds me of is like the weird person in the Ring video. The mom kind of looks like that.
The mother in the Ring.
You guys have seen the Ring. It's like the American version. It's just a weird. But she turns around and she's freaking. The way I described it, she's a vampire snake. If snakes turned you into vampires, this is what you'd be like. So she's got the huge ass teeth.
And Eric, let's just pause here for a second. We've talked about this a few times because we've seen Lady Sylvia with these fangs and I think it's pretty good. I think this makeup, they're doing a good job.
It is very scary, and the actors all do a great job, because to have a mouthful of teeth like that, it's when they close their mouth, they probably look like a walrus. That's how long.
And they might not be able to close their mouth. God,
I
it
doubt
must be like once
like,
they put those in.
Is that a good one? Did we do a good take?
And the way they do the makeup, it looks snake-like. I think they do a good job there.
The eyes, they get the contact lens eyes.
But she bites Mary on the neck.
On the neck?
Yeah.
Like a vampire, like a Bram Stoker vampire, like Dracula.
Yeah. Sinks her teeth right in there.
Dracula, Dimetrodon. I mean, what is it? Dime a dozen? Dionin? A lot of D's, a lot of teeth and D's.
Yeah.
But Angus uses fire to make her run away. So, and
so Mary Trent's mom runs off, like scurries away. But here we have another one, Eric.
What?
Another ding ding.
Fuck. Holy shit. What the fuck? Because Mary got bit. And so Mary's going to have her own fun MTV video scene here.
So this scene, Lady Sylvia in full snake mode. She's in her makeup.
Blue snake. It's
blue snake mode.
Blue makeup.
But in the foreground of her, in the midsection of the screen, we have sort of green screened on. The best way I can say this when they start running towards the camera is they're blue. Are they blue too? They have blue makeup on.
People,
but they look like you think of voodoo booga booga type of people.
Yes, I think they're
the best
guys.
way I could put it.
I think they're guys. Yeah,
yeah.
And they basically come out of her mouth.
Yes.
She opens her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the back. I was trying to think out how I could describe the background, but if anybody's ever seen a Ralph Bakshi film, like Lord of the Rings or whatever, that background that he does, that insane background, that's what this is, like flames or whatever. And then all I can describe it as, we see crazy, bloody sex penises everywhere. Like the opposite of a chastity belt. It is a sex apparatus that they're wearing, and they using it to frickin' stab people to death. It is nasty.
Nasty. I mean, it's a crazy vision. Like it, yeah.
This is going from Lady Bracknell quotes to. I mean, you're just like, what is happening?
Yeah,
and she's scary. That snake woman she's beautiful, and when she's that monster, she's like, you're like terrified.
But we cut back out. She's drawn out of it. Angus is sucking the poison out of Mary's neck.
And in case that's not enough, everybody, he spits it into a cup, and it looks like 3 ounces.
Yeah. And then we cut to James, Lord Dampton's house, and his butler's on the phone going.
I love it because the butler's...
I'll inform his lordship.
But he's eating chips. And it's probably because he was up all night putting up that freaking speaker system.
There's a running gag in the movie that his butler, Peters, is always going, will that be all? But there's always something else.
Something else.
He never can get off
Yes,
work.
Can you redo the plumbing, please?
Right.
Redo the plumbing.
Right.
Yes, yes.
It's kind of, put the speakers up on the ceiling.
What I love is
record.
The butler's talking to Angus, and he's like, this is happening. He's like, all right, good. Yes, I'll tell him. Click.
And then Hugh Grant enters, Eric, and I do like this exchange. He goes, is that Mr. Flint? And the butler says, Peters says, judging from his accent, I believe it was.
Yeah, he doesn't like Scots. He's not a Scots fan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we have a little comedy back and forth here about like, did you open the door? No, you were supposed to open the door. I locked the doors. No, the doors are supposed to be open.
Yeah.
And you lock up the chambermaids.
Yes. And the butler's just got that wide-eyed, unlock the front door. And lock up the chambermaids. It's just.
But then he goes downstairs and there's a scream.
Yeah, his scream. Ah!
You hear Peter's scream. Yeah.
Yeah. The lights just go all off. And so that music that we were hearing is gone.
And we just focus on a pair of curtains and then this reminded me of a Dario Argento shot or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's very quick, but this is the movie I kind of wanted to watch. Is flying towards you like it's a martial arts movie.
Yes.
Is a snake vampire mom flying towards you like Evil Dead style.
But Lord Dampton has good genetics as far as slaying things, Eric.
He does.
Because he takes it's a big sword. It's big.
That is my D&D days coming back to me. That is a 2-handed broadsword. That's what that is.
I mean, it's significant.
It's like 4 feet long.
And he swings it, and she comes flying at him. And I did think, Eric, you just said it. I was like, this is the movie Eric wants.
Right? You're thinking of me the whole time.
I thought I was thinking of you.
Oh.
And he swings it, and he just cuts her right in half. But I love that the shot keeps going because it's so heavy, that sword. He swings around in a full 360 and he ends up falling into a bunch of stuff.
Drum set.
Drum set.
But that's great because it's not like, ta-da. And that's what would happen. That thing's like 20 pounds.
Yeah. So I like that little detail of we're going to show.
And you were thinking, this is the movie that I want to watch. And I was thinking, gosh, my Boy Scout days were nothing like
And the mother, we cut, and there's Mama Trent is writhing on the ground in 2 pieces. It's clear to see what they're doing for the practical effect, but it looks good.
It works great every time.
It works great.
She is milking it, and she's great because, you can't, you cut a worm in half, still alive. So
the legs are still like, and the body, and she's sort of contorted her torso. Yeah. So that's selling it, I think, Eric. And the way they have the legs is they're reversed from what the torso would be and at an angle. So it comes off looking well. So you just see her in 2 pieces on the ground, kind of writhing around, but still trying to get him.
I wanted more of that because I'm like, this is scary right now. This is scary, except he falls into the drum set. And then he goes downstairs.
Yeah.
Butted his last buttling.
Yeah. Peters is gone. Mhm.
And he's got a big snake bite on his cheek.
Yeah.
So he dead. He's dead. So
yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
All right.
Because he's clearly got the big venom wounds, the fang
but
wounds
he's
on
dead.
him. Yes. Looks like
So,
it. Yeah.
Looks like it to me.
Gets a phone call. It's Angus.
Another
Angus,
phone call? Another
phone call. Tell him there's venom. It seems to act like vampirism.
Yes. Victim seems to be afflicted by a form of vampirism, as if we didn't know that already.
Now, he hears no music. There's no music in the background. That's because there's no record on the player.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, James is like, oh, well, that's probably because when the power gets shut off, it probably needs to reset.
But when the power's back on, but the record is gone. Off the turntable.
Yes. Do you know the line? Because I thought the line was great. Because
I think we have another reptile loose in the house.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
On the premises, yeah. And it's just because Hugh Grant delivers it like, well, I think there's more to this. But it's great. But there was something missing here because I thought, why are we seeing this? Snake Mom attacks his foot. She grabs his foot.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, we're going to cut back to that. He's got a, just like Halloween 3, everyone. Halloween 3, you should watch it. I thought it was going to be another, like, oh no, it keeps going. No, we don't. Why did they even include that? Because so it's the next day. Ding, the next day.
Yeah, next day, Mary is at the house looking. It's just so weird because, like you said, it like cuts from this. It's a lot going on there at Hugh's house, and then we're cutting to like the next day. Mary's looking in the mirror, and she has looking at the nasty makeup. They got good job with the makeup.
They're big snake bite holes. Yeah,
the fang bites on her. So she's putting some stuff on that. But then the police show up.
Yes, it's our
Ernie, Officer
Weird Eye
Ernie
guy. Yeah, Weird Eye. In his Beetle, in his blue Volkswagen Beetle.
And he needs Mary to come down to the station to identify the body
of the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I love is she gets in the car, and this scene, it reminds me, I don't know, like Seinfeld or something. I'm trying to think, but
they are so crammed.
It's like they're in a clown car.
And he's comical because he's got sort of that cock eye. And he's so much bigger than she is.
And he's got the little wheel. Yes, driving. Yes. And I think we hear, I don't know if you heard that, but the dad is dead. They said the dad's dead. So I guess they might have found the body of the dad.
Yeah, that's what I think they're telling her. So she's having a really hard day here.
Yes,
because she's learned her mother's dead.
Yeah, James is at the station.
Yeah, because I think what he's saying is the mom's body was found at the Dampton Manor, and James has some strange story he's telling. But he's at the station while we're questioning him. Mm-hmm. It kind of makes sense to us what he's saying.
It does. There's no,
but she starts to realize it doesn't seem like we're going to the police station.
Well, you know why? Because they have to go back to Temple Place and question Lady Sylvia.
Yes,
because she seems to be involved
because of things that Lord Dampton has said. We need to question her. Mm-hmm.
Yep, and she wants to stay in the car, so she's like, "Couldn't I just?" Or the beautiful voice that she has, "Couldn't I just stay here?" It sounds like, you know what? It sounds like freaking a Curiouser and Curiouser. It does sound like that.
Yes,
like, Alice in Wonderland. But he goes and he's out of the car now, and he leans on the car to say, like, "Oh no, come with me." And she sees a big ass bandage on his hand.
Yeah, we as the audience have noticed he seemed a little weird, but then he was a little weird and staring earlier in the movie, so it's hard to see. But so she gets out of the car, starts running.
Yeah, final girl. She's like a final girling it.
Final girl running through the grounds outside. Mm-hmm. They go down into some sort of tunnels. It's a good location for this chase,
I love it.
I think.
Yeah, underneath the house, it looks, not a crypt, but it's that kind of, stonework and all that cool stuff and grates. That way do they?
Yeah, and she's running, and she runs into, there's suddenly a snake in her path, like there's a snake on a grate. Yeah, big boa constrictor.
You know, boa constrictors are running rampant in the UK.
I know.
I mean, we're all the time. They're all the time.
So Ernie's got her cornered, Officer Ernie, but then he suddenly has the fangs like Lady Sylvia does. Those big. He just looks like a walrus or something.
Yeah, he's vampire.
And
vampire
he rears
snake.
back. He's got the.
So
Are they doing some with his eyes too?
Yep,
Do they have contacts?
They got the
in
contacts
the eyes?
in, yeah. And she's probably done for because she's got 2 snakes.
Yep. One. Yep. But then we hear bagpipes, and I think this is good and a little funny and a little. I don't know how to feel about this, but we cut and it's Angus is playing the bagpipes, but he's also got the full Scottish kilt.
Full Scot. Yep.
Yeah, he's
full Scot.
Full Scot. Yeah.
And that affects our vampire police officer. So he's like, ugh! And he has to go to the sound.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah, and
he's doing a good job with it. I think the actor.
He's good, but you can't. I mean, 115.
Angus lures him out to the sort of the front, and there's they show a couple of insert shots so we're clear on it. There's a sundial with a very sharp snake icon sticking out of it.
Yes, and there's snakes coming out of different places, like snakes that wouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. So a lot of snakes coming out, and it's a beautiful front. If it's at the front of the building, it's a stone. Yeah. Just picture like estate castle, beautiful steps and the sundial. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what I love is Angus is like, he runs out of breath.
And that gives Ernie a chance to snap out of it and lunge at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they struggle for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And he pushes Ernie right onto the sundial.
Mm-mm.
But this is gore. So the sundial goes through his eye and his eye's sticking out at the end. Doink!
Yeah, like, one eye is still the like snake eye and the other eye has the sundial coming out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's cool, but I was like, oh, okay.
So things have ratcheted up, Erik, but then suddenly, this is the thing.
Oh my God.
Awesome location. They have an awesome location. So I think they're like, let's watch Angus playing the bagpipes and walking through every inch of this amazing location that we have. Right? It's just what you were feeling?
20 minutes. If 20 minutes went by, I would not be surprised. But I was like, stop. Bagpiping. You're not even, what are you doing? Because you're going to stop. So finally he puts it down. He's sitting on the bottom of these stairs and it goes, brrr.
I love that.
And you remember the magic dress where you have a pocket, you can hide shit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know about Scots, but Scots have magic kilts.
Yeah, I think they're playing on this. I think they know, Erik, as you always say. I think this is the filmmaker making fun with this.
Okay.
Because it happens a couple of times.
Well, he takes out injection equipment. Like if you inject yourself with whatever, this little case and stuff, and he's got something like, I guess, an antidote, and he sticks himself with it.
Yeah, we don't know exactly. If you're watching the movie for the first time, you don't know what he's doing here.
Maybe he has like
himself.
diabetes, and he's got he's got low blood sugar. Who knows?
And then he sees over in the corner a curtain flowing, like a curtain sort of flowing. And then he takes out a mongoose.
I'm sorry, what?
He takes out, excuse me, I'll say it again.
Yeah, say it again because I'm not clear.
He takes out a live mongoose.
A live mongoose?
Yes.
Out of his, kill,
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we've been introduced to the idea of a mongoose, enemy of the snake, before.
Can I just because I have to. So remember before, when he had the bagpipes, he was playing, like that? The mongoose.
Oh my God.
I just can picture him clinging to his inner thigh the whole time.
Yeah. Oh my God. So the mongoose goes off and runs into that area where these flowing curtains are.
Yep, and it's that dog thing we hear the dog goes off and but it's a mongoose in
So the
pain.
build up to the mongoose, and then I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And yeah.
It goes to the curtain. I love this bit because I'm like, how crazy can you get? What would be a crazy thing to happen here? He gets mutilated mongoose in the face.
Slapped with a mongoose.
Oh my God.
slap with a dead mongoose.
Bloody, just like raw
and what's
meat
great, Eric,
mongoose.
is it's just a hand and the mongoose come out from between the curtains.
Yep. Whack in the face. He's got blood, mongoose blood. So he's not putting that back in the kilt. That's for sure.
No. And through the curtains, though, comes in full glory now, like full serpent makeup and everything, like we've seen her in the visions.
Yes,
is Lady Sylvia, Lady Marsh.
You didn't get to go with me, Art, because you got stranded, which is a conversation for another time. When we were trying to go to a convention, a horror convention, and there they body paint people, and they're basically naked except for a G-string, and they do these glorious airbrushes, and that's what she is right now. She is painted head to toe, and it looks great. It's blue stripes. She's got something on her head that looks like it could be snake skin, and she's wearing bottoms. I guess belly dancer type of bikini bottom, but that's it. So
she's got the fangs.
I thought you were going to say boobs, but what I love is he's on the ground and she goes like this, doink, and pulls out earplugs.
That's the punchline. So she wasn't affected by all that music.
And because I'm like this, I have to think, okay, is she a monster? And this is what she looks like as a monster or not.
Yeah.
And I'm saying no, because when she takes her earplugs out, the inside of her ears is flesh colored. And I don't, it may be a mistake, but I think she puts this makeup on, I'm guessing.
For the ceremony?
Yeah. I'm guessing, yeah. Yep.
So she attacks him.
Great. And another iconic photo. It's her just going, with her blue face and bites him.
And she gets him. She's in the foreground and gets him on the leg. On the inner thigh. Yes.
Yeah.
Thigh.
She gets him on the where he keeps the mongoose. I love it. She drags him off.
And now here we are, Eric, the title of the film. We're in the lair of the white fur.
Yes. So this is an underground chamber. And
it looks like it's right out of At the Earth's Core.
Yep. It's kind of a set. Yeah, it's a little bit of a set. Yeah. Because you saw a real cave. You can't compete with that.
Right. To me, this looks it. Yeah.
But it's really cool. Because you got
Mary's tied up down there. Mary's tied up to the wall. Fully clothed. And Eve is tied up on a higher level, and she is got a rope that's like suspending her a little bit. And she is
her feet are tied.
Her feet are tied. No, this is your area.
Oh,
because
this
is
I was around in this time in my high school years, so I'm very familiar with this underwear. So it is the silk, the satiny, shiny, kind of a Victoria's Secret style, high-waisted, but full front and full back, big top and bottom. So, and also fun fact is they wanted her to be naked. And she was like, no. So, one person naked for like, what, all day on the set, walking around. It's like, no, I have no problem. But no. But that's the underwear.
So yeah, Catherine Oxenberg. And just a little side note, which I don't think I mentioned before. Weird when you think about this movie. Catherine Oxenberg's daughter was put into the Nexium cult. She was part of that Nexium cult. You remember?
Okay.
Yeah, very famously. So if you ever watch anybody ever watches the HBO show The Vow, or any of those things, there are lots of documentaries about it. She even wrote a whole book about it. So her daughter was in a cult. So it's weird to think of her in this movie.
Probably because of the movie.
Yeah. But I just remembered that.
Wow.
So yeah. So
Sylvia's got the skull now and she's holding it up. And we see a huge hole in the ground. It looks like a tunnel, a worm tunnel.
Yes. And it's sort of behind Eve where Eve's tied up.
But right next to her. And it looks endless.
But then we cut to Stone Rig Cavern. And Hugh Grant, James, is there with a whole bunch of workmen. They're in coats and they're bringing it in. And James is saying something like, bring in that, we'll blast gas through the fissure. It's my belief that there's a creature in there. And and you're like, okay, so he's doing something. And
He's
then they
leading
cut
this-
back to the lair.
Yeah.
And we can hear Catherine is looking over her shoulder. We can hear Hugh Grant and the men talking way down at the bottom of the cavern. That's
Which is
coming up
something
through.
you might miss. You might miss that. I don't know. But yeah, so somehow it's connected. You can hear them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Sylvia the Naked Snake, our blue goddess.
Ooh, another child's book, Erik. Sylvia the Naked
Sylvia the Naked Snake. She's talking to you. Do you like it? Walk closer. Bubble bath. Oh.
It's one of those books with the feel stuff, Erik. You can feel the textures.
Yep.
Yeah. So
can you smell the soap?
So now she's sort of incanting and offering things up to die on and
It's flower. She has a flower wreath that she puts on Eve's head, and I'm like, what does that have to do with a serpent god? I don't know, but we're like, oh, ritual, and here is where I have again. What the fuck? Holy shit!
They pan down, and she is wearing
Sylvia
what we saw earlier that those men were wearing. That attacked Mary in that vision. It is like a chastity belt with a large phallic pointy device on it.
Yeah. You know, Captain Hook in some movies, he can switch out his hook for different things. That's what her belt is. She's like, I need a different cock today. I need one that wiggles.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, please don't use that.
And they frame it, Erik. They then do a reverse shot and they frame it between Eve's legs.
Yep. There's her buns. There's her satin underwear. And we're like, oh my God, she's going to use this deadly strap on to.
And from what you've seen in the movie so far, you're like, oh, this is happening. Like, you're like, this is going to, this is. Yeah. Well, I don't think that's the intention, though.
You're gonna die from that.
Yeah. No, I know it is, but I'm not quite sure. So then we hear something down in the cavern, and
roaring.
Smoke starts rising up as well. So I was going to ask you here. I'll ask you here.
Yeah.
Is the idea here that Hugh Grant down in the cavern has pumped some sort of gas in there and it has forcing the worm to come up? I wasn't quite sure the mechanics of what was going on.
Exactly what's happening.
Okay.
But you really have to think about it because you're just thinking the worm's coming up.
Right.
The dragon, this dragon that we're going to see. But the reason why we also know that's not supposed to happen this soon because Sylvia's like, time for ritual, no time for ceremony. So she doesn't. She unhooks that thing, takes it off.
So she was going to kill her as a sacrifice and drop her down the hole. But what Hugh Grant is doing is causing the worm to actually come up.
Well, she was going to play sexy time with her.
Okay.
Then drop her down. But this is my problem with this. Okay, so you've got a sacrifice, and it's a big ass rope. It's a nautical rope. You know, everybody, what I'm talking about, nautical. You're hoisting anchors up with this. So she's tied up like that, and her feet are also tied. So Sylvia takes a knife and cuts the bonds of her feet, and then she's supposed to be dropped into this hole. So I would imagine you would have set this up ahead of time, like release, but no. No, she has to take a knife and start sawing it like it's I forget what kind of movie that is. Just like that. And while that's happening, then we get our damned worm. And I wanted, seeing this the first time, I wanted this so bad. So the worm's coming up the hole. And if you watch like At the Earth's Core or
At the Earth's Core is better than this, I think. I and you know our whole feelings, everybody. You can go listen to that episode. It's a great episode of Midnight Cinema, the movie At the Earth's Core. But the creatures in that are something else. But that they're better than this.
Yeah,
I think
it's a moving jaw puppet with a gaping maw. It's not a worm, but it's certainly not a dragon. It's got a bloody mouth for no reason. and it just starts coming up the hole, and she's hanging over the hole, and there's no giant axe to cut the rope or nothing. So she's just sawing away to get the girl in there, and Angus comes to the rescue.
Mm-hmm. Angus wakes up because we thought he was out of it because she bit him. Yeah.
Yeah. But he scares, which I thought was weird. He scares Sylvia the snake, who's scared of nothing but maybe a mongoose. He goes, "Rah!" And she goes, "Rah!" and backs up.
They had to do the mongoose joke earlier, Eric. Wouldn't this have been the good place for him to bring out the mongoose for her to suddenly go if they wanted to scare her like that, right, Eric?
Yep.
Where I think this would have been the better place to bring that out.
That would have been awesome. Or he's got a
It would have meant we didn't get the bloody mongoose slap, though.
No.
So,
but he has another mongoose. 6 of one,
half a dozen of another.
He's like, "Oh, I got another one." But she falls into the hole. She falls in a hole, but she's hanging on to Eve's feet. And my first thought is dislocated shoulders. That's all I can think of for Eve. Like, she's not going to ever throw a ball again. "Are you all right, Eve?" "Yeah, it's just my shoulders from having a snake woman hanging off of my legs."
Yeah. So he reaches over. He has the solution, Eric, because he just starts sawing her hand off, Lady Sylvia's hand off.
With a saw?
No.
With a knife.
With a knife. Yeah.
Okay. Cutting through bone with that knife. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What I love is we've got it's very climactic, but the monster's coming up, right? Sylvia the snake's like, "Ah!" But I thought she's been on top of her game the entire time. And she's a snake monster. She's not going to use that other free hand to slither up and...
No, she just lets go. Her free hand, she lets go.
She lets go.
So all she's holding on with now is the hand that Angus is sawing off. Yes.
And he does.
Mm-hmm.
Her hand is still clinging on to the foot, and she falls into the worm's mouth. And just so we get a size, everybody, this I would say would be like a 8-foot wide hole, maybe. So it's 8 foot in diameter, and the monster's taking up the entire thing.
Yeah.
So the only reference you get is when she's falling towards the gaping maw, that it's big enough to swallow a human.
Fun fact, it's an open front trunk of a Volkswagen Beetle.
It is. If you look at it, it's the cop's car. Firm. Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You can't unsee it. Yep. But that's how big it is, I guess. Mm-hmm. But we don't see her. I don't like these cuts when, I guess they couldn't afford it, but she falls in. You don't see her like disappear into its mouth. She's falling into it, but then it cuts to, the hand. The little hand falls in.
Now, Eric, here's where I think, writing the screenplay in 4 days.
Yep.
But I think they just missed a lot here. Like, shouldn't the way we get her in the end be she gets impaled by one of those things that she's like, take that thing and impale her, or...
Yep.
Do you see what I mean? Like, there's lots of pieces that I think they didn't really put together right. Like the mongoose, like I said, or something. They had things out there, and I think they didn't bring them together that well in this.
Nope. And then
also you could build suspense on the other end with, if you're going to have Hugh Grant with the gas and pumping it in, do some cross cutting where you can build suspense.
Yeah.
Like, shoot the hose on the gas thing is some way that's going to help or something. I don't know. I just felt like this is all really rushed.
Doesn't
really
happen
rushed.
that way. And also really rushed is like, how do we kill this thing that keeps, has been living basically immortal in the caves for this long? Angus pulls out a hand grenade out of this
kilt. See, this is where I think this is all in on the joke, Eric. It's like,
I would have loved it if he
out of the kilt.
Started pulling things out and it wasn't the right thing. He pulls out a wrench. He's like,
right.
A chicken.
At first, Eric, when he's rustling around with his kilt, I thought he was going to piss on it. Like, I thought he was going to.
Oh,
I thought,
yes.
No.
There you go, you stupid worm. Awesome.
This worm needs a, like.
Yep. Have a drink. Oh, I know what you're going to say. They would probably include it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Pulls out a grenade, throws it in the mouth of the monster, and all we get is monster guts. Like,
yeah. And not even like all over them. Like,
no, which would have been great.
Yep.
They probably ran out of money or something, but they escape.
But they cut to Lord Downton, James, is at the cavern, and this is just the British sensibility, right, Erik? They're looking and they see over in the distance, because how far away these things are connected? That's so far away.
So far away.
They see a big smoke plume coming up from the marsh, from the temple house, right?
Yep.
And Hugh Grant is there, and he's like, "Oh, think that'd be over there at the temple house, eh?" And the other guy, the worker's like, "Yes," and he's like, "Time for a pint." The local pub.
Yeah,
like,
they're having tea first of all. They're out of their thermoses. Oh, well done, everyone.
Yes, but I think it's that whole it is poking fun at that whole stiff upper lip British sensibility.
And he's gonna reward them with a drink. It's so nice.
Yes.
But Angus says he's going to phone an ambulance, right? Mm-hmm. So he goes. I guess he phones the ambulance, but he's back. I think at the farm, right? Angus,
yes,
at the farm.
Yeah,
and he gets a phone call. So many phones.
Another long conversation.
Oh my God! Like they just knew this woman and they had to give her some lines. No, I'm sorry, the doctor's not here. He's out. It's his day off, I think. And anyway, so I'm like, who cares?
Well, I sometimes wonder in this movie, Erik. You know how even you and I poke fun at movies where phone calls are so short. You're like, this would not be the phone call. It's so short.
Yeah.
But I wonder if this is the filmmaker going, I'm going to make these phone calls to like the train agent or the whatever, take the actual time that the phone call probably would take.
Yeah. And maybe
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's good, but I wonder.
Maybe we're missing the humor of that call because they did it the other call. With the same thing with the other call. It's like unnecessary dialogue, getting the person's name wrong. Mm-hmm. And so this is the same thing, but the takeaway from the phone call is the nurse says that the stuff we gave you wasn't an antidote for snakebite. It's relief for arthritis. And she holds it up. She's like, if you want it, you can get it tomorrow.
And we see his face.
Yeah, he's like,
realize everything. Shit. He's like,
because he got bit.
Well, he also gave that to in case she had a scratch. He gave it to Eve, whatever this is. Yeah.
But I don't think she had a scratch.
I don't think so.
So he realizes, holy crap, I'm infected. And he's like,
he looks in the mirror.
Yeah. But we don't see anything. He's a little bloody. But
his tongue starts to come out a little bit. His tongue, he licks his lips and we get the tongue. Not as good of a tongue as our lady Sylvia. But
no, not a 10.
Mm-hmm. And he goes out because Hugh Grant is here to pick him up. They're going to go over, get a few drinks with the girls.
Yes, everything's all right. The girls are all right, yes. And when he pulls up, he says, here we are, slithering. Oh my God, maybe this is where she got all her names from Harry Potter. She's like, wait a minute, Diagon, Slytherin.
You may be onto something.
I always am.
I'm
onto something all the time. I'm on something, I think.
They're driving down the road, and Hugh Grant says, could we stop for a bite? I'm famished. And
Angus is like, why not?
Angus, like Lady Sylvia did with the garters, it's very interesting, hikes up his kilt, and we see the bite on his inner thigh.
Yeah, little hairier version of Sylvia's, but yes.
Yeah. And then that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And we cut to the song, Erik.
Yep, we get the bane of Orsina's existence for the next 2 weeks, right? They start eating coos and eating babes, the famous Stompton worm. Here you go. It is a good song.
And that's the end with that punchy ending.
That's Lair of the White Worm.
Lair of the White Worm. We made it through, Erik.
Yep.
Lair of the White Worm.
What's your
And
I know we don't have a lot of time because I'm actually going to a callback.
We don't have a lot of time.
I'm going to
I'll wrap up, Erik. I think that this is a very interesting movie with all the elements it pulls in. It's so weird that you call them the WTF moments that you have throughout are actually really striking and different. If anybody's seen Altered States, you kind of get the idea of what's going on here, but this is even pumped up.
Prolonged nudity as well in Altered States.
Yes.
Prolonged nudity.
Correct, yeah. But Ken Russell is just an interesting filmmaker. He's playing around with things here. I'm just convinced, even after our conversation here, he's poking fun at this sort of English manor comedies and things like that, or historical things like Sense and Sensibility and things. And so there's a lot in there, but you just can't get around that it has a lot of just, like you call it, dialogue and talking, and it feels like a play. And I think you nailed it, Erik. He wrote the script really fast. This wasn't done, didn't do revisions, did anything. And then they kind of went with the script they had. And so it stalls out. It's a long way between things. He executes those visions so well that it is really weird that the monster at the end doesn't live up to visually what you want when we're in the end in that climax.
If you're going to show a monster,
Yeah, and you promise it. So I think it's really interesting. Here's my problem, Erik. I'm like, do you recommend this to people? Because it is a WTF special. Like there are things in here that you're not going to see in any other movie.
Well, do you recommend it, Art, to people? That's what I want to know. I'm not judging.
It is a tough one. I am going to say for our midnight cinema audience, adjust your expectations, and I will just mildly recommend you check this out. Because it is that just for the interesting stuff that's in it. Now, I know I could just say throw on YouTube clips of these things, but I'm going to go with a mild recommend, Erik, on this.
Okay,
just over the border. Yeah.
Well,
how about you?
I've seen it 4 or 5 times now, inexplicably, just so you know. But I would recommend it if you like Hugh Grant, snakes, and deadly strap-ons. Then you go ahead. If you want to see that, great. But otherwise, I'm like, I think you can skip it. If you're looking for a campy horror movie, skip it. If you're looking for an awesome femme fatale serpent woman, then you did a great job. If you're still out there, you're fantastic. But
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was about to add that on. Her performance is really good in this movie. The styling of her, it's fantastic. It's like a movie in itself. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there you go. I don't know, but that's it. That's what I got.
Yeah. So that's where we land, Erik. So tough one this week, because what do we if we had a rating system, we could kind of come up with something on a scale, but we don't have a rating system for the podcast. We're always saying that we're going to
we do
implement. Okay, we do.
Why don't you? I mean,
I never look. I never look at the.
It's disappointing sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I know.
We do have a rating.
Oh, okay. What did we come up with?
It's 4 out of 10 white bottoms. No, I'm sorry. Wait, I have it. It's written here. Nope, it's 4 out of 10 bloody mongoose.
Oh, I like that one.
I don't know, because I also
You got another one? You got another one? Okay. You got another one? Got another one?
It's it's an award. Yeah, the Lair the White Worm gets a Magic Kilt Award.
Oh, good one.
Pull anything out of your ass.
This movie does pull a lot out. I will say that.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Erik, that's great. So that's what we give the Lair of the White Worm.
Yep.
And Erik, I had a great time talking to you.
Well, me
about
too.
This movie. But we want to hear from everybody else. You may have different thoughts on the Lair of the White Worm. You may get an earworm like Erik does.
Oh.
We'd love to hear about it. You can reach us at midnightcinemapod.com. Please check us out. We're on all of your favorite podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify. We're out there. Erik, I look forward to talking to you next. Are you all right?
Yep, fine. My wife's calling me.
Oh. Is that music in the background, Erik?
He's singing something about dinner. I don't know.
Erik, you look like you're dancing. You're out of...
I gotta...
Erik.
I just pulled a mongoose out of my butt.